You know the feeling, your portfolio is polished, your designs are sharp, but you're giving away your best strategy for free in discovery calls. A discovery call isn't just a simple chat, it's a consultation. It's where you diagnose potential clients' problems and start outlining the solution. The expertise is very valuable, and it's your time, you get paid for it. What if you could filter out the tire kickers and make sure that every person who books your time is a serious qualified lead? You absolutely can be requiring payments before the call ever hits your calendar. Today we're going to build exactly that part of a system. A form on your WordPress site that qualifies new leads, get their project details, and most importantly, get you paid for your discovery call. Hi, I'm Lex from Tech's Reviews, and during my day job, I am a WordPress specialist, and we do discovery calls as well. By the way, if you're not sure how to run a discovery call or what to do, you can easily search on YouTube, but I also will leave some links in the description down below. And a massive thank you to the crew at Bitform for sponsoring this video and making this whole tutorial possible. We are going to be using their plugin to get this done, and I'm genuinely stoked to show you how much of a beast it is for freelancers. If this video helps you, do me a solid and hit that like button. While plugins like WP Forms or Gravity Forms are well known, we're using Bitform today. It's the perfect mix of power, simplicity, and costs for web designers. It's lightweight, so it won't slow your website down, but it has the advanced payment features we need for the discovery call. So let's get started installing Bitform. As usual, I'm using InstaWP to install Bitform. So we go inside of our website and then go towards plugins. We will add a new plugin. As you can see, it's really fresh. I will zoom in a little to make it a little bit easier to read, and we will be searching for Bitform. Now here we have the paid version, and now we have added it. I also want to install the pro version, so I will do that right now. Going to the website, and by the way, if you after this tutorial are interested in it, there's a link in the description down below where you can get Bitforms up to 71% off, $29 a year. And there will be also a link to AppSumo, where you can find Bitforms as well, for $17 for one payment. So you can pick and choose where you want to buy the pro version. As I already have an account, I will just log in and download the latest version and copy the license key. Then we go back into our plugins area, we press upload, and we select Bitforms and install it. Then we can activate it, and then we need to add the license before we see the pro version available in the left hand side instead of Bitform. So we can connect with our application, and there we go. We don't even need the license key to activate it. It's already activated. Now when we refresh the page, we see that we get greeted for the opt-in for plugin improvement. They can have my data. Although I installed Bitform Pro, we'll be starting off with the free version. And then for the payment features, you'll need the pro version. As I said, it's $79 for one time offering. And if you ask me, it's a very small investment that pays for itself by filtering out unqualified leads. So we'll be starting off with creating a very simple form. We create our first form. And as you can see, you have default templates that we can start off with. I want to start with a blank one and then add a name field for it. So here we already have some defaults available. I want to start off with the full name. So we just drag it in. As you can see, we can select it. And in here, we can change the name that's above the text. It's called our full name. And for our placeholder, I want to give them an example to understand what needs to be put in there. And because I'm Dutch, I can say Jan Jansen, which is a very common Dutch example name. Or if you are English or whatever, you have John Doe, Joe Doe, John Doe. Next, we'll be searching for email field. We select email and put it in there. I like those two to be side by side. So what we can do right here is drag them halfway through and do the same for the other one. And then drag them up here. And as you can see, it's a really nice experience to just drag and drop them. anywhere we need to. Next up is the consultation field, which is a select or a drop down, and we put it below there. So we select this one, and instead of select, we call it consultation. And for our options, we want to edit the options. We can do bulk editing right here. And we want to be able to select a field for a 30 minutes discovery call and a 60 minutes discovery call. So I will be putting that in right here. And the third option, we don't need it right now, so we can remove it. And then when we close, we see that our selection is available right here. And then we also want to add some project details, and we put in a text area. So it will be a multi-line. And here you want to ask them more about their project or about their business, depending on how you want to do the call, the discovery call as well. And I want to ask them the question to help them understand what we need. So one of the questions, because I'm a web designer, is what is your goal? What are you hoping to achieve with a new website? And please include your current website URL if you have one. In that case, we have a starting point to talk about their business and their website. So we go back into here. We first tell a little bit about your project. And then for the placeholder, we want to give them an example of questions we would like them to be answered. Now, if you do something different in your discovery call, you can change the questions you want to ask. Now, if we hit update and we hit publish, we have a shortcode that we can use, or we can just preview it right here. And if we preview it, we see that we have our basic setup. And this is all available in the free version. We can also say fill in with dummy data just to test it to see what's happening, and it's successfully submitted. So that's nice. Now for the next step, I want to integrate the payment gateway. Now, what is a payment gateway? Is a way for people to pay for the consultation you're about to do. This requires Bitform Pro and turns the form into an automated booking machine. To accept payments, we need to connect a service like Stripe or PayPal, and there are lots of different ones. So let's have a look in the integrations. We see the payments, and we see that services are available like PayPal, Razorpay, Stripe, and Molly. In this example, we'll be using PayPal for a smooth checkout process. So what we want to do is name this integration PayPal, set it to sandbox, and find our client ID and client secret. And here's a step-by-step guide guiding you in how to set up your PayPal account, how to go to your dashboard and find the API key. Now, I already have an account, so I can go directly in there, but as you can see, you need to log in. So I will do that right now. Now, as I said earlier, I already have it connected to an account, and we have the sandbox option available. Then we go to apps and credentials. We have the default account. We can also create a new one. So let's create a new app, call it Bitforms, and we'll leave it as type merchant and leave this one as is. And then we create an application. For the next step, we want to copy the client ID and the client secret. You need to show it first. So you press show, and then you can copy it to the clipboard and fill in your client secret. And then we hit save, and then we have our PayPal account connected. So next up, we need to adjust the form to change the pricing based on logic. So let's get back into our form and call this discovery call to change the naming. And then we need to search for PayPal so that we have payment options. I guess we don't need our submit button, so we can remove that one. We only need this functionality. So what one language do we want to start in? We want to start in AN US. Then we need to find United States. There we go. For the card, we can leave it as is because we don't need to disable any card, and we want the amount to be dynamic. Now here we have to select a field to create the dynamic options. So we go into currency and drop that in right here. And for a currency field, I want this to be read only, disabled, and hidden, because we don't need to show this field actually, and we also don't want them to change it. So next up, we'll use conditional logic to change different charging amounts depending on the length of the consultation. And this is very easy in Bitforms. Next, we need to go to settings, and then in our conditional logic, we'll be removing the one that's already existing, and we add a new conditional logic. We select a form field. So for consultation, when consultation is equal to a 30-minute call, we want to change the currency value to 100. So this means that for 30 minutes, we ask $100 or euro, depending on the currency you have chosen. I see that there's something going wrong right here, so we need to go back into our payment, and we need to select a field before it works. So let's do that real quick. For our currency, we'll stay in US dollars. You can change it right here to any of the ones that you will be paying. I'm a Dutch guy, so it will be euro, and the default tax inside of the Netherlands is 21%, but if it's outside of the Europe, it can be a different kind of tax. So you need to figure out what kind of tax you need to set up right here. But now that we have connected the currency to the currency field, we go to settings, we go to conditional logic, and for our first action, we want this consultation for 30 minutes to be equal to $100. We can change this for 30 minutes so that we know that we're working on a 30-minute call. For the action 2, this will be the 60-minute discovery call. We'll add that one, remove the second option, and for our field, we select consultation is equal to discovery call 60 minutes. Then the currency will be changed to something like $175. Now that we have created the forms, the next step is to test it out. It's really important to do this before you launch, because you need to be sure that everything's working as expected. We'll update this and hit preview. And in preview, we have everything in here, right? We can fill in the dummy data to make it easier for us. Let's first verify if the amount is done correctly. So if we hit PayPal and we hit next, we see that we have a amount of €100 as expected. And if we close that one and go to a 60-minute strategy session, we verify that now it's €175. So that's working at least. Next up, we need to fill in our credentials. So let's fill everything in to test out if the payment will be working. For this, you also need a credit card number. And if you don't have a credit card or don't want to give it just for testing, you can search for PayPal test card numbers. The first result is for PayPal developer, and here you have some test numbers that you can use. They have trouble with finding this address because it doesn't exist, but we can just continue for testing purposes. And we could just fill in 111, and then our payment has been successful. We need to verify that it really is the case, so we go into entries and we see that everything's connected. So now that we know it's working, we need to embed it in a place where it's available for everyone to use. So we'll go back to our builder, hit the publish button, and copy the shortcode. Now the advantage of the shortcode is that you can place it anywhere, so it works with any builder that you have. On this example, I don't have anything installed, so we can see if it works for our Gutenberg page builder and paste it in right here. If we hit publish and we view the page, and we see that our form is available right now, and we can do the payment. Now, before you do this, it's still in sandbox, so you need to switch environments and set it to live, and then create apps for that specific case. You can follow the same steps, and then you have it ready to go. Now, the last thing you might want to do is change up the fields to make it feel more on brand. So what we will do is go back to our forms and change the discovery call. And let's make it a little bit different, because I think the border radius is a little bit harsh. So we can change that in the settings. using the customization, and we can already have some default styles available. For instance, an Atlassian theme that looks more like Atlassian. I like that theme, so let's activate it. As you can see, it looks more like a Atlassian version. And if we want to go back, we can go back to the Bitforms. And we can also create a no style or a new style. We can make changes to this one. For instance, if we want to change the accent color, our background, and that sort of things. Now that you have automated the payment, the next logical step is to automate the scheduling. That's why in the next video, I'm going to show you how to connect this exact form to your Google Calendar using another Bit product. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss the next video. And there you have it. Just like that, you've built a professional WordPress form that qualifies your leads and gets you paid for your time on autopilot. No more email tag, no more no-shows. The system saves you hours and makes you look like a total pro. It ensures you're only spending time with serious potential clients. And I want to thank Bitform again for sponsoring this tutorial. To use their awesome payment features and other advanced stuff, you will need Bitform Pro. It's honestly one of the smartest investments you can make for your web design business in 2025. I'll put a direct link for you right down in the description below. Thanks for watching, and if this was helpful, smash the thumbs up button and subscribe. If you have any questions at all, drop them in the comments down below. Respond to every single one of them. Now go build your form, and as always, keep designing.